Bigbossjock, day 146 of the protest, episode 92 of the radio show. My 750 kilohertz. Nice. What's that? You gotta go now. I have to go now? The truth is gonna be broken? Not by the F.B.I? I don't think so. I have a truce with the RPD. Yeah, and we show each other respect, and I've appreciated that. And we've done pretty good so far. 5 months out here, and I recognize they're the authority. I nod when they go by, and I take pride that I do things right, in the sense that I try not to be rude to the public, obey the law, peacefully have patience, and day after day hold these signs in my hand. As far as with Yankee Sam, and that's the local police, because I understand this is their beat. When they go by me, it's not as if we don't see each other. Yes, we do. The same while, they've known me, their department, since my existence. It's a command center town. So is the F.B.I, so is the Sheriff's Department. This means since my some preconception in the dam in the 60s, the idea of me not being John, who I call Dad, his DNA, that was tortured into Sue for her to do what she did. A whole lot of abuse. Psychological operation, one after another. Woman's psychology, the theme repeated over and over. Set for me in 1972. What they call an intervention, a prevention. Teach Sue a lesson. Get her out of prostitution. Well, it didn't function. They all became her pimp. The men did, and the women, blackmailers, controllers, handlers, higher than her. The phrase, "open up, Sue," that referred to the uterus punch. This is what they all choose to do. They're addicted, in a way. Until it goes too far, then it's no longer a game. Then they crash, they rebound, they get back on track. Part of the game is that there's an actress. She was involved in the Costa Rican airport, and I drank, and they got me. Any weakness, they were right there to capitalize. That's Yankee Sam with their agents. That's not important who. And they use the same people in my life on the screen. We got thunk. Gonna open the door for me and let me out? Wow, you gonna help? You people realize out there they can tap your cars from the satellites, get them to react, such as flash a light, honk a horn. You know what that does? Well, that spooks. Who's the spook agency? Do you know that? Well, that's a spook. What does that mean? That's a CIA operator. Well, what tools do they use? Thinking now about if you've been listening to the story, you realize that evil is leading the way. I'll tell you some of the techniques, Reds, Rebels, that they use. So when you're out on your op, you'll be ready. Tick tock, tick tock. Well, maybe someday the watch will stop. The next chapter will begin. Change so suddenly. One moment to the next. In a flash. Different existence. So there's various foods. Yeah. Well, gas was used. She was into the spoon, and she also was part of the abuse. Before you people find it so dear and tender, any of these stories. There's a flip side that's, I call it tragic. You people don't seem to matter. Let me rephrase that. The reality, which is amongst you, you don't pay attention to. See, I say pay, what's that? Maybe your faith in God, you lost your way, went astray. You put your faith in the Oval Office. Spun around one more time. Another line, directed by an agency. And when you hear God, it's with profanity attached in an hour and 36 minutes on the big screen. Often, look at the situation. Let's psychoanalyze. Reds, Rebels. How's that used in an hour and a half on the big screen? Now, who's doing the producing? Would that be someone that has respect for our God? Well, let's take the test now, students, and we all got our exam sheets. We're looking to check off boxes. Let's think logically, because you're not. And I know it sounds silly, maybe a little ridiculous, but try this. And actually think the things out, what you're saying. Because it reflects what you're thinking. It's the opposite. How their words are practiced aren't true to their meaning. They've been detached, reattached to those of other meanings. So with the incorrect implementation of those words, no longer do they have the importance because they're misspoken. You people are about war, and your quest for more. Your ways, they're discriminatory. You're the supremacist nation. 5% of the world's population. Watch what's going to happen. You aren't looking at the reality. This is how far off you are. If you were truly thinking about your patria and your way of life, right now you would be working for unity like you've never been working for that ever before. The reason why? Well, you're an exclusive group. There's 5% of you. And you've caused a lot of misery in your overconsumption. You're 5% of the role, but you make 30% of the pollution. It goes on and on, the list for you people. Well, let me see. And it's in their magazines, so it might change. And so let's say 25 to 30%. But I'm not into saving the planet the way Yankee Sam sees fit. No. That's about programming the people with a different ideology. It's simple. Don't trash our earth. Your multinational corporations can't operate in our territory unless they practice the same practices they do in your country. You're not invited here, and you'll be regulated quite strictly. And you pay fines. You lose your companies, your assets, your holdings, as far as your country's interest in that country. Your country, your company. That's where it should be. I'm Bigbossjock. I'm just going along and along. On what is a marathon? 5 months. Doing the same out in front of the F.B.I. field office. Well, I'm a little tired of this. I think it's abuse. When I say I'm a little tired of this, I know who has authority, that's the police. So they got the tasers, and they say there's another one of the erratic statements, and who gave them those statements is a CIA or a DIA authority, because that's who's calling the shots, and don't any of you make a mistake. We get along. There's definitely an authority. Let's watch the maneuvers that are made in this case, people. I'm out here for five months and a couple days. Every work day, in the afternoon, during work time. So, if you were in my shoes, what would you do? Let's think together. Pray? Well, I do that daily. Yeah. I can do it now. How do I pray? Complain. Yeah, I want out. I'm tired of this. I went in to get my signal check. No, I'll get frustrated. Then I'll say, okay, 17 years, I'm going to be here. So I'll do this for 17 years more. I've done 5 months. I only got 17 more, and that's years. And when I'm done with that, I'm 65. I will be, and I will decide. And eventually, I'm just not going to do that because I decided not to. But that doesn't mean I can't reassess the situation at 65, because it looks like it might arrive, and I might be still doing the same. Meaning, I have the right to retire when I'm 65, even though I don't have a pension or anything like that. I'm just saying, in my mind, I can sit on the curb and wait until someone gives me something to eat. And I have the right to do that and not protest every day because I'm getting older and I retired. Like everyone else does at 65, many. And says, why doesn't he get hired? Yeah, I don't know how that works. No one hires me. Because I'm a felon. I have no work history. Nothing to put on a resume. The type that they report to the authorities. I don't mind, I'll fill it out, but I mean, I know that's what they'll do with it. I think they're supposed to. Suspicious person. How could they have my age, a person such as I, that day, me, and not have any work history? That's not. It's not something to be proud of. No, I wish I would have worked a 9 to 5. And I would have got much further. Because I'd have a pension. And it would have took just as much attention. And I would have got the same amount of views. Actually, there's no way. Yeah, it's amazing I got this far. When I think back to my life before I won. Yeah, it was a mistake. I was a drug addict. And I was good at that. Buying drugs and learning how to buy them in a way that I could make money and have my habit. It's not though, because that's how the lure. It turns into making money. And it's poison, that's what it is. No, I wouldn't, it's not my way. Marijuana? Oh, all day, tons. How much? Let's have fun. That would be my business, and yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'm saying morally. For me. But the other, yeah, There's a problem with it. It's destructive. It's a poison. It's not good for the brain, nor is the spirituality of the person taking that drug, named cocaine. It's makes a person self-centered, and they don't realize, along with taking themselves down, it's everyone that's around. The people that cared about the consumer, they're the ones who really get affected. Oftentimes they have nothing to do with illicit drugs. Oh, they get taken advantage of, hurt psychologically, because the addicts will lie like never before in their lives. Who's behind addiction is the one whose dominio is the inferno, Gaeta. Gaeta is behind the addiction. I'd use the other one, but I'll just leave him out. He has names. For me, none of them are good. I mean, good to use, because they've been used for programming. MKUltra are programmed through the media, entertainment, and programming, affecting the minds of the world, getting the people to worship idols. Bigbossjock, the one only God, Father in heaven, Allah. He's right here inside. He's who helps me do this wrong, and then you say to our one only God, thank you. So yo, el gran jefe, al entro a mí, nuestro único Dios. Dios que me ayuda a ser su hijo. Y yo digo gracias a nuestro Dios. Fernando fue.